Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video podcast. I'm really excited to talk about something that is a huge part of my life. Going to the gym and how it has helped me become more disciplined. You see, I've been training for 5 years now, and honestly, it has completely changed how I think, how I act, and how I live my life. But it wasn't always easy. When I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was scared of the weights, the machines, and even the other people who seemed to know exactly what they were doing. But over time, the gym became more than just a place to work out. It became a place where I learned what it means to be disciplined, patient, and focused. Hi, my name is Sama, and you are listening to the Fox Lingo podcast. I created this podcast because for many years I was trying to learn and speak English like native speakers. But it was very hard for me because the way we have been taught languages from school, courses, and language academies has not been the best. Maybe because the methods are too boring and tedious. Until I discovered that the best way to learn any language is listening. That's how children do it. I really like podcasts because you hear natives speak their own language. Another advantage is that you can listen to it anytime and whenever you want. Thanks to this method, I now speak Spanish, English, Portuguese, and a little German and French. That's why every week I upload a video podcast to my YouTube channel so you can learn for free. I do that thanks to you subscribing and giving me a like. Remember that if you want me to talk about a specific topic that you like, you can leave me a comment and I will be happy to do so. Today I am talking about my experience in the gym, but you can choose the topic of the next video. At the beginning, I had no idea how much the gym would teach me, not just about fitness, but about life in general. I remember my first day at the gym. It was overwhelming. I didn't know how to use most of the equipment, and I was really self-conscious, wondering if people were watching or judging me. But something inside me told me to keep going. I didn't know much about fitness, but I knew that if I wanted to see results, I had to show up regularly. And that's exactly what I did. I showed up. Day after day, week after week, and little by little, I got stronger. Not just physically, but mentally too. One of the biggest things I've learned from the gym is the power of consistency. You can't just go once or twice and expect to see results. You have to keep going, even on the days when you don't feel like it. That's what discipline is all about. Doing something even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when you don't see immediate results. And let me tell you, the results don't come quickly. I didn't start seeing real changes in my body for months, but that's okay. Because the more I trained, the more I realized that the gym wasn't just about looking good. It was about feeling good, building strength, and challenging myself every single day. And here's something interesting. This discipline I learned at the gym didn't just stay at the gym. It started to show up in other parts of my life too. Suddenly, I found myself more focused at work, more determined in my studies, and more confident in myself overall. And that's when I realized something really important. Learning a new skill, like English, is a lot like training at the gym. Just like at the gym, when you're learning a language, you have to start small. You can't expect to be fluent overnight, just like you can't expect to lift heavy weights on your first day. You have to take it step by step, learning a little bit every day, practicing your listening, speaking, and writing skills, just like you would train different muscles at the gym. And just like with fitness, the key to success is consistency. You have to keep showing up, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when you think you're not improving fast enough. The gym has taught me that progress takes time, and it's the same with learning English. You might not see the results right away, but if you stick with it, if you keep practicing, you will improve. Every time you listen to a podcast, read a new article, or have a conversation in English, you're getting better, even if it doesn't feel like it. And that's what's so important to remember. Both fitness and language learning are about the long game. They're not about quick fixes or instant results. They're about building habits, staying disciplined, and trusting the process. So, in this video podcast, I want to share with you my personal story of how training at the gym helped me become more disciplined, and how that discipline has made me better at everything else I do, including learning new things like languages. If you're just starting your fitness journey or your English learning journey, I want you to know that it's okay to feel like a beginner. We all start somewhere. The important thing is to keep going, keep learning, and don't give up. The results will come, and trust me, they are so worth it. Let's dive into this journey together, and I hope you find some inspiration to keep pushing forward. When I started going to the gym 5 years ago, I had no idea how much it would impact my life. At first, it was just about getting in shape and trying to feel better about myself. But as time went on, I realized that going to the gym was teaching me something much more valuable: discipline. I used to think that discipline was just about forcing yourself to do something you didn't want to do. But now I see it differently. Discipline is about building habits, sticking to a routine, and understanding that real progress takes time. At the beginning of my gym journey, I was full of doubts. I would walk in and feel out of place, seeing people who seemed so much more experienced and confident. I was afraid to try new exercises because I didn't want to mess up or look silly. But little by little, I started to push through that fear. I realized that everyone at the gym was focused on their own journey, and no one was really paying attention to what I was doing. So I began to try new things, new machines, new routines, heavier weights, and I learned from my mistakes. The more I practiced, the better I got. One of the first lessons the gym taught me was patience. I didn't see changes in my body right away, and that was frustrating. I wanted to look and feel stronger, but it wasn't happening fast enough. However, I kept going, reminding myself that good things take time. Slowly, I started to notice little changes. My clothes fit better, I felt more energetic, and I was getting stronger. It wasn't a quick process, but that made the results even more satisfying. Over time, I realized that progress doesn't happen in one big leap. It happens in small steps. Each workout, each set, each repetition was bringing me closer to my goal, even if I couldn't see it right away. This idea of progress over time is something that has stuck with me, not just in the gym, but in life. And it's something I've found to be true when learning new skills, like a language. Just like with fitness, you can't expect to become fluent in English overnight. You have to start small, with basic words, simple phrases, and easy conversations. At first, it might feel frustrating. You might struggle to understand or make mistakes when speaking. But just like in the gym, the more you practice, the better you get. One of the reasons I compare the gym to learning a language is because both require consistency. In the gym, you have to show up regularly if you want to see results. Missing 1 or 2 workouts might not seem like a big deal, but over time, those small decisions add up. The same goes for learning a language. If you only practice once in a while, you won't see much improvement. But if you make a habit of practicing every day, even if it's just for a few minutes, you'll start to notice progress. Whether it's listening to a podcast, reading a book, or having a short conversation, every bit of practice helps. The other thing the gym taught me is the importance of setting realistic goals. When I first started, I wanted to see big changes quickly, and when that didn't happen, I felt discouraged. But as I continued to train, I learned to set smaller, more achievable goals. Maybe it was lifting a little more weight, running a bit longer, or improving my form on a certain exercise. By focusing on these smaller goals, I stayed motivated and didn't get overwhelmed. This is the same approach I've taken with learning a language. Instead of aiming to be fluent right away, I set smaller goals, like learning 10 new words each week or understanding a short conversation without needing translation. These little victories keep me going and remind me that I'm making progress, even if it's slow. I also found that having a routine is key. In the gym, I have a schedule for different days. Some days I focus on weightlifting, other days on cardio, and sometimes I just do a simple stretching routine. This variety keeps things interesting and prevents me from getting bored. The same goes for language learning. You don't have to do the same thing every day. Some days I'll listen to English podcasts, other days I'll watch movies with subtitles, and sometimes I'll just practice speaking with a friend. Mixing things up keeps it fun and helps me stay consistent. And let's not forget about the long-term benefits. One of the biggest things I've gained from my time at the gym is confidence. When I look back at where I started, I see how much I've grown, not just physically, but mentally as well. The discipline I developed has made me more focused, more determined, and more resilient. The same thing happens when learning a language. As you practice and improve, you gain confidence in your abilities. You start to realize that you can understand more than you thought, and you feel more comfortable speaking, even if it's not perfect. Finally, both the gym and language learning are about the journey, not just the destination. Sure, we all have goals, whether it's to be stronger or more fluent, but the real growth happens along the way. It's in those moments when you push through a tough workout or struggle to understand a difficult sentence that you're really building your skills. And that's what makes both processes so rewarding. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, putting in the effort, and celebrating the small wins along the way. In this video podcast, I want to remind you that whether you're just starting your fitness journey or trying to learn a new language, the key to success is patience, consistency, and discipline. The gym taught me these lessons, and they've helped me not only in my workouts, but in everything I do. So if you're feeling stuck or unsure of where to start, just remember that progress takes time. Keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and you will see results, both in your body and in your mind. And who knows, maybe you'll even enjoy the process along the way. In the end, both going to the gym and learning a new language, like English, are about discipline, patience, and the willingness to keep going, even when things get tough. Over the past 5 years, training at the gym has taught me more than just how to lift weights or stay in shape. It's shown me the value of sticking to a routine, even when I don't see results right away. The same mindset applies to learning a language. Whether you're trying to improve your speaking, listening, or writing skills, the most important thing is to be consistent and keep practicing, even on the days when it feels hard or frustrating. Both fitness and language learning are long-term commitments. They aren't quick fixes, but if you stay dedicated, the rewards will come. You'll start to notice improvements little by little, whether it's lifting more weight or understanding a conversation in English. And just like how I gained confidence in the gym, you'll gain confidence in your language skills. The process can be challenging, but that's what makes it so rewarding. So if there's one thing I've learned from my journey, it's this: trust the process, celebrate the small victories, and remember that progress takes time. Whether you're working on your body or your language skills, the most important thing is to keep moving forward. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep trying. And in the end, the hard work will pay off, both in the gym and in your language learning journey. Stay disciplined, stay patient, and enjoy the journey. Well, I think we have reached the end. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us an idea for the next topic in the comments. I say goodbye, but your learning continues. You can watch the following video so you don't miss a beat. See you later.